Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got a video that isn't nail related, it's something completely different. But I have a new little gadget that I'm really excited to show you all. I have no idea if anyone's really going to be all that interested, but I thought I'd do the video anyways. I'm very excited. So today I've got a 3D pen to show you. I have been wanting one of these for a while now. I keep seeing videos and stuff online of people using them. They look absolutely fantastic and like you can create quite a lot with them. They are completely family friendly. Obviously it's not the sort of thing you want to be leaving your kids unattended with, but they can still sit down and use it, which I really like. It's a fun family gadget for everyone. And yeah, for the price I paid, I'm hoping it's going to be really good and I'm excited to show you all. So this 3D pen I have purchased from AliExpress because in the country they're a little bit more expensive, or they didn't look quite as good as this one did. This one here has cost me £21.30. Unfortunately, because of custom tax and all that lot, I have had to pay an additional £11.34 once it arrived in the country due to customs. Absolutely wonderful. But I'm hoping it's going to be worth the money regardless. This particular one comes with 100 meters of PLA filament, which is in 20 different colours. It did give me the option between ABS and PLA, but PLA is more environmentally friendly, as ABS is more durable, but it does give off toxic fumes, which obviously, especially if you're letting your kids use it, you do not want to be using ABS. You're better off with PLA. It doesn't give off any toxic fumes. It might not be quite as durable, but it still works just fine, judging by reviews that I've read on the item. So as you can see here, this is all the PLA filament. Like I said, there's 20 different colours here and 100 meters in total. It's arrived vacuum sealed and I'm generally really impressed by the variety of colours that I've got here. I don't know how long this is really going to last. I really don't have a clue on that, but I'm hoping a good while at least. But looking online, you can repurchase more filament at a reasonable price. I believe a pack like this will cost about £10, which is fine. This particular pen did come with the options. You could buy smaller amounts of filament. I went all out and I just went for the 100 meters and 20 different colours because I wanted a good variety. But I believe they do smaller quantities at obviously a cheaper price if you're just not wanting to spend quite as much. But judging by other pens that I've looked at and what they come with, this seemed like a really good deal and it had really positive reviews on it. I think it had 4.5 out of 5 stars, reviews on 7,000 reviews, so it sounded really positive and good. It did take a good couple of weeks to arrive, but hopefully it's well worth it. You did also get a choice of colours of what you wanted your pen to be in. Options between blue, grey, orange and yellow. I have opted for a yellow one. So I'm just going to go through the contents of the box and show you everything that comes with this. So it did come with some additional ABS filament. I don't know if I'm going to be in a hurry to use this because obviously, like I said, it does give off toxic fumes, and especially around children, I do not want to be using this. But if I'm looking to create something that's more durable, then I might reach for this. But obviously if you are using ABS filament, it's probably better to do it sort of in an area of good ventilation. But yeah, I'm not complaining about receiving this at all, and I think it's always nice to get a little extra that you wasn't expecting in your package. So you do get 2 finger protectors with it. You've got a large and a medium, as obviously the pen does heat up to melt the filament. So especially if you have kids using it, then it's obviously a good idea to make sure they are wearing the finger protectors to save them from burning themselves. Okay, so it does also come with 4 sort of templates, which I believe is just sort of help you get the hang of it and learn how to use the pen before sort of going all out and creating something else. So we've got a digger to start off with, which looks pretty awesome but also quite complicated. You've also got Eiffel Tower. This sort of gives you a bit more of an idea of where to print with your pen, which I think is good, sort of like guidelines. We have got a cute little sort of reindeer, as you can see there, and then also a bicycle, which looks pretty awesome. And all the bits there also explain how many of each bit you need to create, which is cool. So that's great, especially if you're new to 3D printing, then it sort of just gives you a little bit of a helping hand. And then also, not like you can really see it, but it also comes with a heatproof mat to do the printing on top of, which again is very useful. It is a plug-in one, not a chargeable one. So I have got the UK adapter with it. You did get many different options. I think they had adapters for pretty much everywhere. You get a stand to put your pen in when you're not using it. A user manual, which obviously is very useful. And it tells you what all the buttons do, how to turn it on, and everything you need to know in regards to using your 3D pen. And then last but certainly not least, the 3D pen itself. So like I said, I did get the yellow one. It's quite a good size. It explains that it's a 12-volt pen and the filament diameter is 1.75mm. It's got all these different buttons on it, which I'll definitely have to have a look and see exactly what they do, because I'm not sure. It's all very new to me. It's got quite a small little nozzle at the end there. That's where your power adapter goes, and that is where your filament will go. So just like it says in the manual, you've got the power adapter and the wire loading hole, which I've just shown you. Then you've got two LEDs here, so you've got the power LED to let you know that it's on, and then the working LED. You've got a temperature / speed adjuster slider, loading button, unloading button, and then the nozzle at the end there. So it states that you have to put the power adapter AC plug into the outlet and insert the DC plug into the power input hole. The yellow LED turn on and the pen is started and standby. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little go with it. So I will get that plugged in. So just like instructed, the yellow LED has come on, which states it's in standby. So for the moment, I'm just going to pop it into its little holder. So next it says, into the wire, press the loading button. The red LED turn on and the pen is under preheating. After 0.5 to 2 minutes later, the red light turns green, preheating finished, and the pen is ready to use. Insert the consumables into the feeding hole at the end of the pen and press the loading button with the other hand. And then the consumable is delivered by a built-in motor of the device. Click again to stop loading the consumables until the consumable is outputted at the nozzle. Loading is successful. Okay, so I am going to do the Eiffel Tower first, just because it's got the proper guidelines. I'm going to put the template underneath the heatproof mat, just like so. So it does state that the lower down the slider is, the slower it will be. So obviously if you want it to be faster, you need to slide it up. So I'm going to go in with this colour of filament and make sure I'm wearing my little finger protectors. Okay, so I've pressed the load button and it went from red to green, which means it's ready to start loading the filament. Okay, so it has started making a bit of a strange noise. Okay, so far I'm not having the best of luck. It's working, it is working. I've just never ever done anything like this before, so yeah, it doesn't seem to like stop feeding either. I don't know if that's just because it's simply hot. Okay, so I've just stopped it completely. I'm surprised how much of the filament was actually fed through it, but I figured I'm just going to stop for a moment, let it, oh, ouch, yes, it's definitely hot. Okay, so I'm going to let it feed through again. I didn't even realise how much filament it took, but like loads of it was inside of the pen there. I wasn't expecting it to eject so much, but it done it really quickly and efficiently, and it did stop pushing it through the nozzle, which is great. As you can see there, that is it feeding through, which is quite good to see. I have currently got it on the lowest speed setting as well, just while I get sort of a hang of it. Okay, so hi guys, it's actually a couple of days later now. It was getting quite late when I was trying to assemble the Eiffel Tower. So I've come back another day, I've tried to sort of assemble it, but it's a bit fiddly. And obviously it's my first time ever doing anything like this, so it's kind of got the Eiffel Tower thing going on, but it's not great. But as for the pen itself, it does work really well. I do give it that, it does work well. I just obviously need to get a lot neater and better at using it. I did have a little play in the meantime, and I've created these little, what are meant to be cactuses, like in a pot type thing. Obviously they're a bit wonky and could be better, but it's been good fun, and I look forward to seeing what else I can create with it and obviously getting the hang of it and everything. I'm sure over time I'll be able to create some pretty awesome things with it. But overall, I really can't fault the pen itself. I've used it quite a bit now, as you can see. Obviously I've created these two little ones and my rather dodgy Eiffel Tower. But I'm happy with it, it definitely works well for the price. I've just been using it on the slow setting because even the slow setting can be a bit fast for someone that's never really done this before. So I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to push up that slider and do it a bit faster, but yeah, I think it's good fun and I'm glad that I bought it, so I definitely would recommend it, that's for sure. If you're looking for a 3D pen, this one's definitely a good one. I think for the price that I paid for all the filament and everything you get with it, it's really good. So I'm happy. So I thought I'd just show you a couple of the little sort of things that I'm sussing out with it along the way. Like I said, it's been a couple of days now and have had a bit more of a play with it. Obviously it does keep putting out filament for the time being because the nozzle's still hot. But I'll show you the speed settings. So this will be on slow. This is with the slider bang smack in the middle. And this is it at full speed. So there's quite a noticeable difference there, and one thing I have learned is when you're starting off to sort of hold the filament like as it's coming out in the same place for a moment before you start sort of pulling it away to try and build anything. Sort of like so, so you literally just hold it in that spot just to sort of let it build up and then start pulling, otherwise it's likely to just sort of do its own thing and wave about. And also I've learned that when you stop it, sort of hold it in the same sort of spot again. So let's start it off like so, start pulling away, and then when you want to stop, just sort of hold it for a few seconds, let it stop and then pull, and then you just don't get quite as much like excess coming off of it. So yeah, obviously every time you change the filament there is still some residue from the previous filament before, so you just sort of have to let it run for a short while. As you can see there, it's got a little bit of orange filament left in it where it's sort of left some residue in there, so it's sort of like gone from orange to sort of green and then hit the blue because it's the blue that I've put in there now. So obviously just let it run out for a few seconds until it's fully producing the colour that you want it to produce. But overall I love this pen, I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun with it. I don't know what I'm going to create with it yet, but like I said, it's a good family friendly thing. Just obviously watch the tip because it is very hot, but otherwise, you know, kids can use it, adults can use it. It's a good little way to be creative. And yeah, for the £20 that I paid for it, I'm very happy with it. Just like I said, like I'm in the UK, so if you're looking to buy it and you're in the UK too, then definitely bear in mind the custom tax. Like I said, I had to pay £11.34 for the custom tax. I don't know how it is in other countries, but that's how it was for me, which is a bit unfortunate because it ended up costing me over 30 quid. But I still think it's worth the money, so I'm happy. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this sort of little unboxing and review of this pen. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, much love everyone, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!